This here's the interior of the Fort Watauga. I'm assuming that little building is a smokehouse. I'm not sure. Several cabins, bake oven. I believe I just saw a groundhog running through here. Smaller cabin, wood shed. Well, a tomahawk target, I may have to come up and try that tomorrow. Some more smaller cabins, and the catwalk for them for doing their play. You can see the bleachers and stuff in the background where they do their play in the summer. Another small cabin. It'll be a lot busier tomorrow when everybody gets here. Just doing a little walkthrough for you. There's where the British camp's gonna be, behind or outside the fort under the big tree, and then my camp is way down on the tree line down there. Chad offered to have me set up inside the fort, but in case we get some bad storms and stuff, I want to be able to pack out easier, so I opted to set up camp down in the tree line down there. There's the fort walls and some of the outside buildings to the fort. There's several entrances to the fort because you can come in some of these buildings and go through to the inside, which is what I did. I have not camped here since 2009, and one of the few times when I've actually done a native persona, and there was 6 natives that captured the fort. Basically because when they marched out to fire at us, a bunch of us slipped around and came in the backside and was sitting inside the fort waiting on them. They come back around and we're like, "What are y'all doing here?" And then in the background there you can see the bleachers and stuff because of the Liberty play that they put on here every year. And this log here and the trees behind my tent, you can see that hole under the log, and the big old fat groundhog just ran up in there earlier when I walked by. Here's a marker for Revolutionary War Patriots, and I believe this is the site where they actually crossed the river, but I'm not sure. I'd say the river's up because there's some rain. You can see downriver there the Shoals, and got some good rapids going down there. I know right along here is supposed to be a place when they mustered to go Kings Mountain, some of the militia actually crossed the river right here near the fort. And coming up from the river, there's a couple of little half-face shelters. I think I should have just told Chad I want to stay in one of these. Although, looks like that roof might leak as much daylight as I'm seeing through it. This is a pretty well built little shelter here. And here's one that's just done up like a lean-to. And I'm not going to say I haven't slept under stuff like this before, because I have when I was younger. I see my tent right over here on the edge of the tree line. The fort's over this way. And there's an extremely large groundhog. I guess there's so much park traffic here, but he's not too much afraid of people. He was looking at me, but there's a group of kids coming up the trail, so I guess he's over there looking at them. So I was moving to get a little bit closer, and then a little one that I didn't see went scurrying off under the fence of the fort. See if he pokes his head up again. There he goes. He's just grazing away. Oh, there's the little one back out. And I'm not as close as you might think. I've got maximum zoom going here. I just hope they don't try and crawl in the tent with me, since my tent is right there. So, not that far away. So here's my camp for the weekend. Since I'm by myself, I didn't put as much stuff out as I would have at some place like Martin's or whatever.